Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Cam's Retro Gaming. In this episode, I'd like to talk about what I'm currently passionate about, what things I excited to see when I'm game hunting out in the wild. But first off, please let me know in the comments below what things you are passionate about, what things you get excited to see out in the wild and that you want to acquire. So this all changes, as you get older, as you acquire things, your criteria, what you're hunting for, it'll typically change. I mean, once you've completed, I guess, acquiring the items for a particular console that you're, searching for, you've kind of satiated that collecting avenue. Maybe there's something else you kind of, you're passionate about something else more so now. So anyway, we'll go through some things that I'm currently passionate about as I drop my first show and tell item. So I like to look for strategy guides of games either I want to play or have played. It's kind of like a trophy or kind of keepsake. And I like old game magazines like Nintendo Power, Game Pro, Electronic Gaming Monthly. Those are all very nostalgic, and I love like the old ads and just when they cover games that I like and excited about. So those are two major things. Next, this is in no order. Handheld gaming. Love handheld gaming. So I just grabbed Sonic 2, sealed in box, probably the most common Sonic game. And then a couple Game Boy games. My two favorite handheld consoles are original Game Boy and Game Gear. So two examples for that, but really love anything handheld, especially during the 8-bit, era of games, so early 90s. So really passionate about that. And in conjunction with that, I like weird accessories. So this happens to be a fanny pack for the Game Boy. This came with, it's like the racing set. I think it was like, I forgot what, F1. I forgot what racing game this came with, but I actually found this at a flea market. Probably one of my favorite gaming items to date. I think it was $5. So I've had this in my collection ever since, and it's just incredible. It's a fanny pack. Let's see, next. Now this is more of a recent thing, and these aren't games obviously that are fun to play anymore, but I like these Tiger. This is miniature golf, Tiger electronic, and we knew these sucked back in the day. This is Power Rangers. I try to find, they re-released these, but I try to find the OG ones. And then go-karting. So I haven't actually plugged any of these in, but I mean, these are just so goofy that I don't know. If I find them for a deal, I have to snag these for sure. Next, and this has always been kind of my thing, I like sort of more oddball consoles. For example, CDI is not something that I am passionate about playing, but CDI is a console that I had a friend whose grandparents, believe it or not, had a CDI. So I've ran into some games locally, not many, but I did find a CDI console at Goodwill, which I could not believe, and I found a handful of CDI games that I grabbed. It's just too weird. Speaking of 3DO, I have a history with the 3DO, so I love finding 3DO stuff. Get really excited about that. And then probably a console that's much better than either of those is TurboGrafx 16 and Turbo Duo PC Engine. Love the sort of that whole NEC family of consoles. Great family of consoles. Love finding these in the wild. Second to last, this also kind of falls into the oddball console category, but anything Neo Geo related. Now these games are usually pretty awesome. I mean, they're arcade games, right? So here's a Neo Geo CD game, it's just a really cool era of gaming where I feel like it was just 2D gaming at its absolute finest in the arcade format. So yeah, Neo Geo, it's hard to beat Neo Geo. And finally, probably my number one passion when it comes to collecting, and I feel like I've gotten a lot of the games I've really wanted on this console, or these sort of this brand or family of consoles, but Sega Genesis is probably number one. So Sega stuff. So Sega Genesis, offshoot of that, the 32X. Like trying to find 32X stuff actually. And then we have Sega CD. So this is probably the latest Sega CD game I grabbed. And then Sega Saturn. So Sega stuff, man. If I see a Sega game I don't have, you know, complete in box or something that I actually really want, even if it's a bad game, if it's for a good price, I will buy it on the Sega CD. And same thing with the 32X. I have most everything I think I want for the Genesis, with some exceptions. But anyway, yeah, love to hear what your current gaming collecting passions are. Leave a comment below. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your weekend.